Hello, and welcome to 20 Minutes, episode unknown, 25, 24, something along those lines, titled Time. I'm recording on my phone, so I apologize for the quality. I could do better. I could. My computer's sitting right behind me, and I could turn it on and record. That I could. But I'm using my phone. I'll save the minute or two. There's a bit of, Anyways, time, the topic. I decided that about... Get rid of the glasses, maybe? They were bothering me. I don't know. I look old and wrinkled and dumb and fat. As time goes by. Anyways. Time. What do I know about it? Seems to go one way. That's the way I perceive it. Or the world perceives it. You probably perceive time as only moving in one direction constantly. But our understanding of time has evolved to the level that we no longer think that it's not constant, it's relative. Relative to a constant. There's one. What would the... Tough. I can't really think of what the constant would be. Some average. Right, some average, and even then, what are the units here? Time moves on at a rate of whatever. Let's see, where do we go? I'm just thinking here, out loud, trying to record 20 minutes of stuff, and on time. I'll try to focus on the topic of time. For the practice of working my attention. Yeah, I'm a little fat right now, it's bothering me. Vain looks, but anyways, good. Time, what I was going on is something about 4 dimensions. Time can be a 4th dimension if you have up, down, whatever, 3, x, z, x, y, z, y, x. Those length, width, height. There we go. Those could be 3 dimensions. Time could be a 4th dimension. But time is apparently not a distinct entity. It's space-time somehow. Somehow space-time is a thing. So what does that mean? Time go... The experience time is going one way. There's a lot... a lot of potential problems. Whether I'm just considering if like one entity would go back in time. We'll say we're going forward in time, or I'll say we're going forward in time. And I'm considering if something were to go back in time, say I were to go back in time like 10 seconds, and I'm swiveling in this chair I have. Swiveling in this chair. Say I were to go back in time, and I'd be where the chair is. And then there's, constant movement of everything. Well, not constant. Constant motion. Movement. I'm getting lost here. I want to speak about time. How can we measure time? We measure it in seconds. Minutes, hours. Oh, and then you can relate it to other things. Like that object looks aged. It's antique. And what does antique mean? Something about time or generations. I don't know. I looked up the definition of antique, but I forgot it. Brilliant. But it's not just discrete. It's not only discrete measurements of time. I haven't seen you in a long time. Or, I'll be there in a little bit. Be there soon. Soon's not a discrete measurement, but it refers to time. What else do we got? There'd be some subatomic things. There's probably... So what causes time to move at this rate? Or whatever. So we have a relatively... I mean, on Earth, time moves fairly... Time progresses nearly at the same rate for most people, or like this system, this region, whatever, Earth, you know, the time progresses, like, compared to moving at the speed of light, and whatever rates we're moving at. And so what I'm getting stuck on here is more the human emotional, like, I'm saying time moves at the same rate for everyone, but take this movie like, it's Clock Stoppers, I think. They get the watch that, you can slow or speed yourself up. Everything, the world around you slows down. And there's some reality to that, at least that I perceive, where people can get a lot more done in the same amount of time. And so, but that's more, emotional, perceptual thing, whatever. So, what was I on just before this? The sidetrack. Before the sidebar. Time, 4 dimensions, discrete units, soon, longer, moves at the same rate for most of us, relatively. Oh yeah, what causes it to go in this direction? I don't know. The Big Bang? That's why. So, what if stuff started going in reverse somehow? I don't know. But yeah, what causes time to move as we perceive it? To progress, proceed, roll on. Time keeps slipping into the future. I like that metaphor for slipping, because you can't quite grasp onto it. One song I really like is Pet Cheetah by 21 Pilots. I think that's a song about time. Or time is a major theme of the song. I relate to it a lot. I move slow. I want to stop time. Sit here till I find the problem. So, a couple other things I was speaking about when I chose the topic of time is, stopping it, having insane amounts of it without aging. Like, I'd love to just have 1,000 years of myself and to mess around and still keep my... And see, that's where the problem is. I want to keep myself, like, my physical attributes, you know, but just developmentally, you know, and experientially go through these things and you know, work out, whatever, 2 to the power of whatever, or, you know, whatever, pi to 1,000,000 digits, work out the square root of 2 to 1,000,000 digits, that type of thing. Like, those are the type of tasks I would tackle with my time if I had so much of it. There would be a ton of other things as well, but, like, I was just trying to think of arbitrary. Well, those are infinite tasks. So it's not exactly what I'm trying to get at, but it's like, oh, I'd love to play croquet. I'd love to learn to enjoy running somehow, and a bunch of things, whatever. Yeah. So I think like going on dates, skydiving, whatever. Explore the world, do everything there is to do for a human. Those types of things. So yeah, there's a mortality and death, and that's not. It is related to time. Everything's related to everything, in my perception of it. So, time. There's a Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared episode with the topic of time, or title, I believe. Goes around like a merry-go-round. Make it stop! And then you die. Aww. How sad. So, moves in one dimension. Why? I don't know. The Big Bang, gravity, the Higgs boson. There's, whatever. Fundamental particles. Possibly. If we live in the simulation, maybe it's whatever they, it's like, time progresses at a certain rate, and then there'd be per whatever. So, like, per electron, or per unit of speed you're going, time would progress however slowly. And then even what does it mean to progress time? Yeah, it's like some game clock they have running for the simulation, or yeah. There's something. No, I should have looked up more. I should have studied. I could be I'm like just looking at whatever the Wikipedia is for time. I'm sure they have topics information. I could process in order to produce words here. Express ideas, blah, 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 blah. Always got up on this. But anyways, my goal here was just to get a 20 minutes episode recorded. It was going to be about who knows what. I was just going to turn on and try to start talking. But about a minute before I was going to start recording, I was like, yeah, what topic could it be? And then I stumbled across time, and I'm like, yeah, I'll talk about time and see how I can do here. So, that's what I've done. And, again, I've said this before, but ideally, I would record a 20 minutes podcast every single day. And so, here I am to make one day. I got about a 0. I don't even want to calculate the rate, or my grade, whatever. Time. How much time? How much time is there? So everything could fizzle out infinitesimally. Everything would split apart eventually. I don't know. And then some of it would condense. How big is the universe? We got the observable universe. And what do we mean by observable? What we see with, like, telescopes and stuff. But maybe we can observe more of the universe. What if we entangle some particles with particles outside the observable universe. What then? Now I'm thinking about teleporting aliens in. Now a fly is sitting there rubbing his hands at me. Time goes by pretty fast for him, I guess. And so, yeah. So you have dogs who perceive, they're the one of the animals I have that can express their perceptions or their feelings a lot, so it's easy. But on the topic of time, they have feelings about it because you walk out the door and for 5 seconds they think you've been gone forever, right? So what does time mean to a dog? What does it mean to a chicken or a sheep or a rock or a tree? Trees live a pretty long time. Interesting. How does a tree perceive time? What does a tree perceive? Who knows? Answers to these next time on B. I didn't want to say the title I came up with. Oh well. So, time. It's time to go to time. Time is changing all the time. Okay, so time. Well, I haven't quite exhausted my knowledge on the topic of time, but I'm struggling here. What else do I want to say about it? I want more of it. Let's get more time. So, time goes by, or if you want. Okay, so I've seen a few YouTube videos on topics related to time and the experience of it, and if you're younger, time seems to go by more slowly generally, but if you move quickly, then it feels like it's moving by slowly. So you get those any sort of experience, novel experiences, I guess, is one major factor. But I was in a car wreck. Crash? It wasn't a bad wreck, but I got tipped on the back by some guy, and I was driving. They hit my rear left side, and I spun around like a cop would try to do to take someone out. That's what happened to me. And I spun around a couple times, but as it was happening, I that whatever fight or flight, you're gonna die type thing kicked in, the adrenaline and everything. Who knows what chemicals, and yeah, that my perception of that period of time, which was only maybe 2 or 3 seconds. The amount of thoughts and planning and reactions that went through my head in that time easily is like a normal minute for me or something, I the entire time I felt like I was reacting to just about everything that was going on with the wheels, and just remembering it now, I'm getting all excited and can go through what I remember of the spinning, because I swerved back and forth a couple times trying to correct, but I just I didn't get on the brake soon enough. Well, maybe I did. I'm not sure, but I had too much of momentum and I ended up spinning around and doing a 180. We were fine. I was driving my sister. Luckily, no one got hurt. But anyways, just that was it's like those experiences where you can drastically where my perception of time is drastically altered to where it feels like a lot. You feel like you're getting a lot more out of your time. That type of feeling. Where you're like, wow, that was highly valuable time? Maybe. Something like that. Along those lines. It's not something I want to go through a lot, but that's what happened. 20 minutes. Goodbye.